Nigeria remains like a community goat.
Welcome to our Independence Special Edition of the show. My name is Mary Emmanuel. This is Noble TV Live. And today on the program, we'll be casting our searchlight on Nigeria at 63. And to drive home topics and discussion around this, I have with me Honorable, if I should call you that, Augustine Omilo. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. It's an additional title.
Yes.
I'm happy about it.
Okay, so let's talk about Nigeria. Nigeria is celebrating independence today. We are 63 years old. So do you think Nigeria, or rather, let me paint Nigeria as a woman now. Nigeria as a 63-year-old woman, do you think she has done well for herself?
Yeah. It does not require a straightforward answer because you see, there are some things that you actually consider, and you want to say kudos to Nigeria. Because if Nigeria was actually to be a person, in fact, Nigeria should be protesting against some persons, individuals now who have actually retarded her progress, because Nigeria is an entity,
okay.
And the entity is powered by individuals. The individuals have not actually worked to enhance the progress of Nigeria itself. So to that extent, now you will say, yes, Nigeria has made progress, but unfortunately, the components that actually make up Nigeria are not made progress. So that is the way I look at how Nigeria has fared for the past 63 years.
So you're trying to say that Nigeria is not really growing; she's stunted.
Yeah. As a country, Nigeria has grown, okay. But as an entity that is made up of individuals, the individuals have not grown. Oh. Yes. So there are two different things. Nigeria has grown because there is no place in the world now that you go to and you mention Nigeria that they will not recognize the fact that there is a country called Nigeria, the most populated Black African country, Black country in the world. They will recognize that. They will also recognize that Nigeria is a country where talents abound. They will also recognize that Nigeria is a country where mineral resources, human resources, and whatever it takes for any country to make progress abound. But at the final analysis, they will recognize also the fact that Nigeria remains a country where individuals have not done so well, particularly in leadership, to promote the growth of the country. Okay,
so you're saying Nigeria as a country is growing,
yeah.
But
our
child, or rather our children.
Yes, they remain children.
Okay,
yes.
So now let's go down to the theme of today's celebration, which says renewed hope for unity and prosperity. Do you think we are working in that direction?
Theoretically, yes, but practically the answer may be no. The reason is because Nigeria remains like a community goat. Everybody thinks the goat has fed well, and therefore no need to give it more food. So if you say renewed hope, yes, there may be renewed hope, but are we working towards it? Because Augustine Omilo, is waiting for Mary Emmanuel to do the right thing, and you are waiting for the other one. So you complain, you blame everybody except yourself. If we talk about corruption now, I define corruption by my own terms.
Okay.
You define it by your own terms. This man defines it by your own terms. We don't grow like that. If you talk about tribalism, you define it your own term, I define it by my own time. And it doesn't go because all of us are involved. So until we come to a time when all of us will realize that there's a need for us to define a national goal and a national dream for the country, and everybody must be sincere to follow this dream to the letter.
Okay, you said until we come to the term.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's identify what are the loopholes that you think should be filled up so that Nigeria will get to where it's supposed to be.
Okay, number one is honesty and dishonesty, if you like. 2, tribalism and nepotism. 3, corruption. 4 is the issue of profession of positions based on who you know. And if you like, 5, lack of political will to actually carry out some reforms that will change the narratives. And if you add 6, opportunities that are removed from private sector and put into the hands of the government, and they are not helping matters. These are the issues that actually making Nigeria retard.
Okay, so away from the issues and all, most of the time, when Nigeria is being talked about, they refer to us, they give us the unofficial sobriquet of Giant of Africa.
Yes.
Do you think we're really the Giant of Africa?
Yes, we're the Giant of Africa. Like I told you before, if you look at the size, yes, we're giant.
No, you're laughing. It feels like you're not really genuine with it.
No, we are giant. Being a giant doesn't mean, Goliath was giant.
Okay.
Was he not defeated by David? So that you're a giant does not make you a threat to any other person or any other country in the world. We are giants, yes, giants of Africa, because given the size of Nigeria, you look at the population, you look at the geographical mass for that matter, we are giants. If you compare Nigeria, the geographical position of Nigeria now, and compare with Israel, are we not giants? If you look at the population of Nigeria now compared to South Africa, are we not giants? We are. But how has the population actually helped Nigeria? That's the issue, because if you consider the legs of the number of legs possessed by the millipede, for example, does it make the millipede walk faster than you as a person? The answer is no. We are giant, but the giant is sleeping.
Let's look at the president's speech today during the occasion in Eagle Square. He said something about award of 25,000 naira to junior staff, of the federal ministries in order to cushion the effect of fuel subsidy. Now, how this particular plan, how far do you think it's going to go to help these people?
Yeah, you don't even completely. He said it was in line with what Labour demanded from the federal government.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Because at different fora, I have always asked, what were those things, or are those things that Labour have been demanding from the federal government? Labour have not been telling us, but the federal government now says this is part of what the Labour demanded: 25,000 naira in addition to the minimum wage they had before, which means any junior staff now can earn 55,000 naira per month. My question is that actually what Labour demanded, or they have just arrived at a compromise, maybe like the average, maybe Labour demanded? So I'm waiting for Labour to actually confirm that was what they demanded. I'm also waiting to hear from maybe Labour or the other government parastatals or government agencies whether this is going to be translated to governments at the state levels and the local government level. I'm also waiting to hear that apart from this 25,000 naira, some other things will be done for people in the informal sector. For me,
okay, so leaving all these sectors and all that, now let's come down to the level of the common man.
Yeah.
So do you think this 25,000 naira increment can actually go a long way with the kind of life we're living now in Nigeria, where everything is hard?
No, actually, to be fair to government, there's some amount of money that we can give that will be enough.
Okay.
Yes, because if you put the necessary measures in place to ensure the control of inflation, whatever amount of money you are paid will be enough. I give you an instance. Even as we are complaining that Gabonese are complaining, and that was why there was coup in Gabon. The inflation rate in Gabon is 2.6%.
Okay.
Compared to Nigeria's own that is 25%, and yet we are not even sure that statistics is correct. So if you have in place inflation rate that is manageable, even if you are paying somebody even 20,000 naira per month, he can still manage. So that is not my problem. The minimum wage of 55,000 naira as it is now is not my problem. My problem is, how is the central bank governor that has just been appointed work on the fiscal policies of this country to that point where we now see inflation rate in Nigeria reduced from 25% as it is now to maybe like let's say 10%, so that the poor people can breathe.
Okay, moving forward, what's your advice to Nigeria on this very auspicious day? Yes,
the advice to Nigeria and Nigerians is that every one of us must wake to the consciousness that Nigeria belongs to us, and we must do that which is required for us to actually make Nigeria what it should be. I was discussing with somebody yesterday, a professor. I told him, I said, yes, you may be a politician and you're making all the money, but what have you done to actually enhance the growth of the community? Because I hear some persons, for example, now you are, during the graduation ceremonies of universities or something, somebody is called upon to present a paper, and the paper is the growth of Nigeria in the next 10 years. And somebody comes to present a paper. Now you are a politician, you are so rich, you have all the houses in Asaba and all over the world. But how does that translate to development of the mind of the people? So therefore, if you are growing as an individual, you should attempt to also carry some persons along by your intellectual input, grow them by, if you are providing scholarship, for example, now like Uyeme is doing, and if you are providing employment like Dangote is doing, if you are providing a political leadership as maybe people like Dr. Kowa is doing, and all that, people can live and be sure that Nigeria is growing. So everybody should be.
We should all come together to move our country to the greener side, right? Okay, this is all we can take for today. Don't forget to drop your comments. Tell us what you think. What are the things that Nigeria needs to go to its permanent sites. My name is Mary Emmanuel. Like, subscribe, share, and don't forget, Nigeria is our fatherland. Let us come together and work together. Bye for now.